Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com. Here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, August 24th through Sunday, August 30th, 2020. For this week's weekly reading, we'll be using the Yin Yang Oracle deck by Stellara for the main message for everyone. We also have a special Archangel back here with the Angels of Atlantis deck that's going to be overseeing the week for us with a special message. And your special message card, depending on your stone of choice, will be coming from the Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. So let's start by taking a look at what our stones of choice are for this week. So the first stone of choice is this beautiful fluorite. Now fluorite comes in a lot of different colors, a variety of colors. This one happens to be purple and green fluorite. And fluorite in general is a stone of truth, consciousness, and intellect. It helps to absorb and neutralize stress. The green part of the fluorite here helps to harmonize and recharge all of your chakras, and the purple fluorite helps to balance the intuitive and logical mind. The second stone of choice is red jasper. Now, red jasper is called a stone of protection. It's also known as a stone of endurance. It helps us with mental and emotional strength and focus. It's a very grounding stone, relates to the root chakra, and it also helps to activate the Kundalini energy. And then your last stone of choice is golden yellow calcite. Some people call it honey calcite. So golden calcite, honey calcite, which assists with responsibility, leadership, and the correct use of power. It helps to increase courage, self-confidence, and our sense of self-worth, helps to overcome obstacles, and it increases our vitality and our objectivity. Okay, so looking at the stones of choice again, we have the green and purple fluorite, we have the red jasper, we have the golden or honey calcite. So there's a lot going on astrologically this week. And if you remember, we had actually last week a new moon in the sign of Leo at 26 degrees of Leo. That was on Tuesday of last week. And then shortly thereafter, we had Mercury and the Sun later in the week, both moving into Virgo. So we're starting to shift away from that Leo energy where the new moon was. And even though that new moon energy is in effect until the next new moon, so again, we're planting new seeds and setting our intentions with that Leo new moon towards creative self-expression and all things that deal with Leo energy, confidence, courage, leadership. However, now again, we're having that Virgo energy start to come into play with the Sun and Mercury both after that new moon last week, moving into Virgo. So we're starting out with Monday the 24th of this week with Mercury in Virgo, which by the way is one of the home signs for Mercury. Mercury rules our thought, ideas, communications. It's the ruler of the mental realm. And Mercury rules two signs of the zodiac. It rules Gemini, which is an air sign, which is all about intellect and ideas and communications. But Mercury also rules Virgo. And Virgo also, rules the mind energy, the mental energy, but it's a little bit more conservative, a little bit more focused or grounded on contemplation and discernment and looking at details and trying to figure things out. With Gemini, it's a little bit more scattered and all over the place. Virgo reins it in, and it's really able to kind of, again, focus on picking things apart, trying to understand them and focusing on the details. So with Mercury in Virgo on Monday the 24th, it's in conjunct or quincunx aspect with Chiron, the wounded healer in Aries. So what is an inconjunct or a quincunx? It's called the same thing. Some astrologers call it inconjunct aspect, some call it a quincunx. So this is an aspect of adjustment. This means that there's something that needs to be adjusted. In this case, something that needs to be adjusted with our mind, with the way we're perceiving something, how we're thinking about something, or how we're communicating about something. And we're needing to adjust that mental energy with the wound, with the Chiron wound of our sense of self and self-identity and self-confidence and courage and our ability to take charge of our lives and really go after what it is that we want, because that's where Chiron is in Aries, the first sign of the zodiac. So again, we're just needing to adjust our perceptions in some way, shape, or form regarding our sense of self, to put it simply. Also on Monday the 24th, we have Mars, planet of energy and action and forward movement. Mars is also considered the warrior or the activator, and it's in a challenging square connection to Saturn. Saturn rules responsibilities. Saturn rules restrictions and limitations and karmic lessons. Saturn also rules structure or restructuring and matters of manifestation and bringing things into form. But this is a challenging aspect. So we're going to look at some of the, what I like to call not so positive words of Saturn because of the square here connections. Mars in Aries, which is where Mars is right now. Mars is in Aries, his home sign. He wants to move forward, and he wants to move forward fast in that fire sign. But Saturn is bringing in some delays. Saturn is bringing in maybe some limitations or restrictions. Saturn's slowing us down from forward movement. So we might feel a little challenged. We might feel a little frustrated on Monday between that Mercury and Virgo and that in conjunct to Chiron and with Mars squaring Saturn. It might be a little bit more of a tougher, stressful day that we have to just have patience with. Saturn rules patience. And again, where Mars wants to move forward and move forward fast, Saturn is saying, wait a minute, we have to slow down. There's going to be a little bit of delay here for whatever reason. Sometimes it's to teach us something, because Saturn is the teacher of lessons. And so what is it that Saturn is trying to teach you? Or it could be about timing. There might be something with, astrological or energetic timing to where there is a need for a delay for something to turn out better in the long run. On Tuesday the 25th, Mercury, still in Virgo obviously, is now in a positive aspect to Uranus, the planet of freedom, redirection, and change. The Great Awakener is what he's known as in the sign of Taurus. Of course, Uranus is in Taurus for a very long time. Uranus stays in each sign of the zodiac about 7 years. And he's only recently begun his trek through Taurus. So going to be here for a while. So what is Uranus and Taurus doing? It's awakening these ideas of our personal resources. Taurus rules personal resources, including money and finances. Taurus rules our values. So Uranus, as the rebel and the Great Awakener, is shaking things up a little bit in these areas. But with Mercury in Virgo, home sign here, Mercury's in its home sign of Virgo, so very comfortable here. In a positive aspect to Uranus, I feel like we're going to be given some ideas. Whatever was going on Monday with any frustrations or difficulties, I feel like starts to clear up by Tuesday, and we're starting to have this aha moment. We're starting to have these ideas. Something starts to filter in to give us a redirection, or to allow us to put an idea into motion or make a change, if you will. This is a higher vibrational energy or message coming in with Uranus, but we have to learn not to overly analyze it, because Mercury in Virgo sometimes likes to analyze or be overly logical about something, when in fact maybe we just need to accept that revelation or that inspiration or that aha moment and really just kind of go with the flow and move with this new idea or thought or concept that we're having. This might bring in some unexpected positive communication from somewhere too, a message, an email, a phone call, a conversation with somebody that brings something positive. Also on Tuesday the 25th, Venus, which is the planet that rules love and relationships and beauty and harmony and our values and money and finances, she right now is in the sign of Cancer, this very nurturing, loving, caring kind of sign. So she's pretty comfortable here, and when it comes to our relationships, we're being more emotionally connected to them, or putting forth our caring, love, and nurturing towards them. And when it comes to finances and money, Venus in Cancer is going to be more security oriented, more like trying to sock things away and make sure that we have that little nest egg, so to speak, or we have enough money to make certain payments that need to be made. So with Venus in Cancer, it's opposing Jupiter in Capricorn on Tuesday. So what is Jupiter? Jupiter is the planet that expands things. Jupiter likes to expand the energy of whatever it touches. Jupiter also rules our belief systems. It's in Capricorn, which is the sign that rules our career, life path, or destiny path, our goals, our ambitions. Capricorn rules our inner sense of authority or authority figures. And with Jupiter being the bringer of blessings, there may be some positive things coming in on Tuesday. I want to say the positive expansion here is realizing the strong emotional bonds that we have with family or with those that we care about that are like our family. Or Jupiter in Capricorn is expanding new maybe potentials with our feeling emotionally and financially secure in some way. Maybe it's giving us a different outlook or asking us to look at opposite or differing belief systems other than where we might have been at regarding these situations in our life of love and money and relationships and finances and personal resources and connections with others. So expand beyond the belief systems that you might already be holding. Expand into the blessings, meaning look at what blessings you have in your present life, in this here and now. What are you grateful and thankful for? Because as you focus on what you're grateful and thankful for now, Jupiter can expand into even more blessings. There might be something new being expanded on in your career or your life path with Jupiter in Capricorn, and here opposing Venus in Cancer. Might be something to do with working with home and family members, or they're supporting you in some way. Or again, there might be some sort of feeling of emotional or financial security that Jupiter helps to expand on that day. Then on Thursday, Venus is moving forward and now in a positive connection to Neptune in Pisces. So now Cancer is a water sign, Pisces is a water sign. This is where Venus and Neptune are. So we're in the emotional realm here, in the realm of our feelings and our emotions and our subconscious and our intuitions and our psychic abilities and healing abilities. And Venus coming together in that nice trine to Neptune is increasing all of those things, increasing our intuition, increasing our ability to heal both ourselves and others. It's a nice flowing aspect when it comes to getting along or having good situations or experiences with home and family and those people that we really care about, friends that we consider, again, part of our family, if you will. This is also the increasing or intensification on some level of the divine feminine. Venus rules the divine feminine. She's a feminine planet. She's in Cancer. That's a feminine, nurturing sign. Neptune rules the spiritual realm. So I feel like here we're able to merge even more deeply with this divine feminine energy, this energy of unconditional love and unconditional compassion and support of one another and healing and psychic and intuitive abilities and caring for one another. So that feels nice as well. And then we move forward to Saturday the 29th, and Mercury in Virgo is now in a positive aspect to Jupiter. So we have a lot of planets here that are playing out their themes with one another this week. Mercury in a nice aspect to Jupiter is expanding the messages, expanding the mind, expanding these concepts and perceptions that we're having, allowing us to expand our powers of discernment and ability to understand things underneath or reading between the lines or looking at, again, the details. So Jupiter doesn't like to look at the details, but Mercury in Virgo does like to look at the details. So I would say if you're dealing with any kind of contracts or paperwork, or if there's something in the career path that you're contemplating, new ideas with Mercury and Virgo that's coming in, this is saying to really research. You know, Virgo likes to research things, analyze, research, understand every little detail there is to understand. And Jupiter will again magnify that or expand that. So again, if we're dealing with something where you need a more of an understanding, signing paperwork, purchasing something new that deals with maybe career, life path, your goals, maybe it deals with moving and a new home, it still needs or requires more research and understanding. On Sunday the 30th, Venus in Cancer is now opposing Pluto. On Tuesday she was opposing Jupiter, now she's opposing Pluto. So Pluto is the power, or the planet of power. So again, I feel like there's an empowerment of the divine feminine, either within you as an individual or empowerment of the divine feminine on a collective level, because Pluto is a planet that does rule the collective of humanity. There may be some power and control issues that come up because these two are opposing one another. And when you have an opposition or two planets opposing one another, it's usually playing out in a relationship form with someone else. That someone else could be anybody. It could be family, could be friend, could be boss or coworker, could be significant other. But again, there's something here about empowerment, to empower oneself and empower yourself emotionally as well, because Venus is in that emotional sign of Cancer. Also on Sunday, we have Mercury again opposing Neptune. So now again, this is playing out with other people. And Mercury in Virgo, as we said, is very detail-oriented and logical. Neptune in Pisces is very much the opposite, very much about trust and faith and intuition and just going with the flow. So there's going to need to be this balance, if you will, of logic and intuition. There needs to be some sort of balance here in your communications with others. And maybe with Neptune kind of bringing in sometimes illusion and confusion, our communications with others are not always going to be clear on this day or around this day. So we might need to reiterate something to make sure the other person understands what we mean, or we might need to ask for clarification from the other person to make sure we understand what they mean. So you can see there's a pattern here. Mercury is at play quite a lot this week. Monday with Chiron, Tuesday with Uranus, Saturday with Jupiter, and Sunday with Neptune. Venus also is here quite a lot. Venus is opposing Jupiter on Tuesday, making a trine connection with Neptune on Thursday, and opposing Pluto on Sunday. Both Venus and Mercury are personal planets, and when we have personal planets making aspects or connections to other planets, there's a lot going on in our day-to-day life. There's things that are shifting and moving, and in this case, it's shifting with our mind, our thoughts, our ideas and perceptions and communications, which is Mercury, and shifting within our relationships, our love and feeling of harmony, and situations and circumstances that deal with money, finances, and emotional security, because it's in Cancer. Okay, so that's quite a lot. And let's go ahead and take a look at the messages from our angels and guides and see what they have to say. Now, the first card here from the Yin Yang Oracle came out as 2 cards. So the first of those 2 cards, this is the Ace of Air. Now, this is not a traditional tarot deck. However, this particular deck does have the Ace of Air, Fire, Earth, and Water in it. And you can see that the signs that are the air signs are listed at the bottom. So we have Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So this could mean, first of all, something quite literally, that you're going to be connecting with someone who's Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius this week in some way, shape, or form, that becomes important to you. Air signs are the signs of thought, ideas, and communications. Now, I know Mercury is in Virgo, and Virgo is not an air sign. Virgo is an earth sign here. But this still is saying that there's some sort of new beginning or initiation with this idea of our thoughts or communications or our perceptions. Because the aces are always about new beginnings. It's like the new beginning, the start of something new, and initiation. And here again, it's in the realm of our thoughts, ideas, the mental realm, our mental body. So, Gemini likes to gather lots of information, a little information about a lot of things. Libra likes to communicate one-on-one with other people and have balance. And Aquarius likes to connect with groups of like-minded people with a common kind of ideal or goal in mind. So some of those things also might be part of this initiation or focus of this Ace of Air. But let's go ahead and take a look at the card that came out with this one. Okay. And this card says spring, and it says seeds, the seeds of spring. So what is springtime about? It's the season where we plant seeds, right? Here in the northern hemisphere, where some of us live. I know some of you are in the southern hemisphere, which might be a little different as far as your springtime, but spring is a time of planting seeds. And when we plant seeds in the spring, they grow throughout the summer and we're able to harvest them in the fall. So this is about some sort of new beginning. The spring is about something new, giving birth to something new, planting those new seeds. Now, it's just the birth process. It's just the beginning, okay? The spring, when we plant seeds, it's just the beginning. We don't plant a seed and then the next day get up and have a full-grown tree. So this is something that's going to take time to mature and grow. But because it comes out with the Ace of Air, and the Ace of Air, again, is about the new ideas, new thoughts, I feel like this message is twofold. I feel like this message is saying that whatever new seeds we're planting now, and we did just have a new moon last week, so you're still able to kind of write down or speak your intentions of what you would like to give birth to with that new moon cycle. But I feel like whatever ideas or thoughts or perceptions we have now, throughout the next weeks and months ahead, if we give energy to them and we nurture them and water them, so to speak, take care of them, take some sort of action towards them, that this is saying that maybe by spring 2021, we're going to start to see new growth. Okay, again, it's not going to be fully mature, but we are going to start to see new growth. Now, it doesn't also have to be that literal. It doesn't have to mean that we have to wait till 2021 to just, see the initial stages of planting these seeds with our ideas. This could quite literally mean that here we're taking these new perceptions, these new thoughts, these new ideas, and with those new thoughts, perceptions, and ideas, we're planting the seeds right now. And it doesn't, again, necessarily mean that it's literal. For some of you, this might literally mean that there's something significant about spring of 2021. But for others of you, this might just mean that you need to take these new thoughts and ideas and plant these seeds, plant the intention, so that these seeds will grow and mature over time into what it is that you want to manifest in your life. What are your goals? What do you want to work towards? This, to me, is what this together is saying. Let's take a look at the next card here. The next card, oh, I love this card. Trust divine time. Trust in divine time. And that goes so well with the Ace of Air and the springtime seeds that we're planting, right? Trust in divine time. This is saying that we don't have to hurry. Now, I know Mars right now, which, by the way, is something I forgot to mention. Mars is in Aries. We know that. What I didn't mention for this week is that Mars is slowing down in Aries because as of September 9th, it's going to turn retrograde. So Mars is going to be in its ruling sign, this first sign of the zodiac, an initiating sign where we see things unfolding, where we put energy and action towards something so that they can unfold. And usually Mars in Aries wants to move quickly. But because Mars is slowing down and going to go retrograde for a few weeks before turning back to direct motion and then continuing, again, its journey through Aries, it's going to be in Aries until we move into 2021. So to me, this is saying trust in the divine timing of things unfolding. You might be planting new seeds now. You might be putting ideas into action or making decisions and taking action on something to create it, to create these new seeds to mature into something. But this is saying we might need to just have a little bit of patience. We might need to wait for divine timing. And divine timing, what is divine timing? It could mean that circumstances and situations aren't quite right for something to mature or unfold yet. Could be the planetary energies that are at play that aren't supportive of movement or growth or expansion for you personally or on a collective level quite yet. So this is teaching us that if you just take your ideas and you take your thoughts and you move with passion and energy and focus towards your goals, that divine timing, that universe, source God, that all that is going to be supporting you on your path. And yes, it might take a little longer, but again, there might be several reasons behind that. Maybe there's something that you need to learn first before something unfolds and manifests. Maybe, again, the situation and other details or other people or other situational energies within what it is you're working towards isn't quite where it needs to be. It might have nothing to do with you, but maybe it has to do with other people or, again, the situation in general before it unfolds and or manifests. So just loving the image on this, trust in divine timing as far as the seeds that you're planting. Trust that they're going to grow. Trust that they're going to mature. Trust that you're going to manifest what it is that you desire in your life. Okay, let's look at the last card here to finish out this reading for the week. And we have, this is interesting. This says spy, watching, investigating. Spy, watching, investigating. This makes me think of Mercury and Virgo. Remember how I said Mercury and Virgo wants to gather more and more and more information? It wants to delve down deep into the details, research. That's a big one here. Investigating, researching. Investigating is like researching. There's more information that we need. So with this divine timing, with the seeds that you're planting, we may need to do, again, more work, more research, more understanding, more investigating, more watching how things are going to unfold before we take the next action, watching our own reactions or non-reactions to events and situations. There's a lot of perceptive energy here regarding this card of watching, investigating, and I'm adding the word researching as well. So I feel like, again, because we're moving into Virgo energy, right? Virgo is all about paying attention to those details, understanding how everything fits together like a puzzle, or if there's any missing pieces to the puzzle, to research and investigate until you find those missing pieces that then completes the puzzle so that things can start to make sense and unfold. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the Archangel from the Angels of Atlantis deck that's overseeing the week or giving us a special message or guidance. Okay, we have Archangel Sandalphon, and it says planetary cycles. Now, Archangel Sandalphon is the archangel that, first of all, he's one of two archangels that lived an earthly life. And so he understands what it's like to live in this third-dimensional time-space reality, the earth plane that we're living on. So not that the other archangels don't have compassion, they just don't have a sense of time as much as Archangel Sandalphon and Archangel Metatron are the two that lived earthly lifetimes. Archangel Sandalphon's role as an archangel is to carry your prayers and intentions up to heaven or the divine or God's source energy in order for them to be made manifest. Now in this case, because of the term planetary cycles at the bottom, I want to say that that idea of your prayers and intentions being carried out or carried through or carried up, if you will, are connected to, again, these planetary cycles. Just as I said earlier, that with divine timing, that maybe there's something to do with the planetary energies right now that are not supportive of what it is you're working towards quite yet. It doesn't mean it never will. And it just means that something needs to shift and happen on the collective level, which then reverberates down to the personal level in order for something to unfold in a particular time. So I feel like Archangel Sandalphon is asking that we pay maybe more detailed attention, with that Virgo energy there, detailed attention to the planetary cycles, the planetary positions. Pay attention to the new moons, the full moons. Pay attention to, what what most of the planets are traveling through. As I said, the Sun and Mercury are now in Virgo, so it's a little bit more mentally focused here with ideas and thoughts. You know, the sign before that we just came out of was Leo. That was more creative and more leadership-oriented and extroverted. Now this is a little bit more introverted. This is a little bit more internal. And, you know, pretty soon, within a month or so, we're going to be moving into Libra energies, which brings a different kind of focus. But then again, we have, you know, 8 other planets, 9 other planets. We have asteroids. We have, you know, other things at play with the planetary cycles that need to be paid attention to in order for our prayers and intentions to be realized. I don't want to say heard, because our prayers and intentions are always heard. But in order for them to be realized, there's certain energies that must be at play that help to support either the forward movement of, or the creation of ideas for, or the manifestation of, you know, etc., of whatever it is that we're focused on, working on, etc. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the special message card, depending on your stone of choice for the week. Just taking a deep breath here. Okay, and this is the Energy Oracle deck, and the first stone of choice was the Fluorite, the green and purple Fluorite. And the card on the bottom right away, as I shuffled there, asked to be turned over. Ooh, man holding a coin. I like that. So the man holding the coin, this could be money and financially related, obviously, right? We're talking about personal resources here. And a lot of us are definitely focused on personal resources right now and what's happening with our money situation, career, job, you know, personal security, long-term security, etc. So this coming up bodes well that the man is holding a coin. This can be twofold. This could be a message regarding an actual person that assists you in some way, shape, or form with a financial situation, or with your personal resources, or with helping you to gain access to more personal resources. And it doesn't necessarily mean it's a man, but somebody that has a masculine energy, which could simply mean someone who's a manager or a supervisor, or someone who takes charge and makes things happen, you know, makes the decisions. Someone who has that extroverted masculine energy here. So again, there could be communication or a situation that involves someone that has these more take charge qualities that is going to help you in some way, shape, or form regarding your personal resources. Now remember, it's not just money and finances that's personal resources. It's support, it's, you know, it's anything. Whatever, you know, personal resources could be a house, it could be a gift, it could be money, it could be a referral, it could be someone giving you information. These are all personal resources here. So that's one way to look at it. The other way to look at it is that, trying to get back what it was because they gave it to me in the beginning. This is about you taking on those qualities, that you're taking charge, that you're the man holding the coin, that you're, you know, taking charge of your situation and making something happen. And what better time to do so, you know, with Mercury and Virgo, paying attention to details. And some of these positive aspects here with Mercury trining Jupiter and Mercury trining Uranus and you know, Venus opposing Pluto to empower you. So this is a time where you can take on some of these masculine qualities. And look at that, the sun is shining in the background. To me, the sun is rising on the horizon. So there's something wonderful coming. There's something wonderful coming with the sun rising on the horizon. There's some sort of support coming to you. And maybe that's you, again, taking charge as the man with the coin and, you know, making something happen for yourself, to initiate something, to do the research, to find the answers, to create a new source of income even, perhaps. Okay, trying to think if there's anything else here with this. If it does, I'll come back to it. So the special message card next will be for the red Jasper people. Red Jasper, special message. Special message for red Jasper people. Okay, the one on the bottom again is calling me. Angel of Strength. That's funny, when I was shuffling this card before starting the video, I saw this. kind of on the bottom of the deck. So the Angel of Strength. Now, this is not a tarot deck either. This is just a divination deck, but this also always reminds me of the Strength card in the tarot. The Angel of Strength reminds me of the Strength card, which is always usually shown with a woman with a lion, right? And this is a woman angel or a feminine angel with a lion. So we need to have this gentle strength about us. That's what I'm getting with this. You know, this woman, gentle, divine, feminine energy. Lions can be very gentle as well, or they can roar like a lion. But this lion looks a little passive. You know, he's not roaring. He doesn't look angry. There's a strength here with the woman. There's a strength here with the lion, but it's a gentle, peaceful, balanced, and harmonious strength. So that's the kind of the energy of strength that you need to have right now at this time. Not aggressive warrior type of energy, although there's a time and a place for that. And Mars is in Aries, which is the warrior. But right now, at least this week, this is saying to exude more of that feminine strength. Exude the feminine strength. And sometimes the feminine strength is about having patience and waiting or allowing or being receptive. This lion energy, you know, is a sign of generosity. So this could be you being generous with your time and efforts or wisdom. This could be somebody else, like the angel coming in to gift you with some sort of gifts, if you will, some sort of creative expansion, if you will. Because Leo, the lion, is the ruling kind of, what do I want to say, the ruling animal of Leo. So Leo the lion is a creative sign. So there's something here that there's strength in our creations, strength in our creations, strength in our creative potential, strength in our creative self-expression, strength in the divine feminine of exuding our patience and balance and again, that inner strength, inner confidence, and inner courage. Okay. Feel like that angel is guiding you. There's some sort of messages coming. There's some sort of guidance coming. And if you invoke the divine feminine of trusting and allowing and being receptive, then that angel of strength is going to be able to give you that message or guide you to the next step. All right. And then for those of you that chose the golden calcite or honey calcite, special message for golden or honey calcite people. Golden honey calcite. Okay, the one on the bottom again is really calling me. Guess it's the bottom. Indecision. So it seems like you're at a crossroads here. You're at a crossroads, you need to make a decision. This is where Mercury in Virgo comes in handy, because Mercury in Virgo is going to look at the details. It's going to analyze each option or each direction or each possible and potential decision before embarking one way or the other. So don't allow that energy of indecision to overtake you. Just look at it as an opportunity to gain more information before you make your decision. I almost feel like we need to pull a clarification card, or I don't know, something that can go along with that, and how to move beyond the indecision. And again, the bottom card just is calling to me, so I'm going to pull that. So this is the door to value. This again has a dual message to me. First of all, this is saying that this decision that you need to make might involve money or finances in some ways. You can see that this door is opening to money flowing in or dropping down or just coming in. And it's a nice, beautiful, bright light coming in, so it's definitely positive that this money's coming in. The other way to look at this message for some of you is that the decision first needs to be made to value yourself. As you value yourself, you value your passion, you value your wants and desires, you value which direction that would make you the most happy, not going with necessarily what seems just logical, but what seems logical based on your intuitive longing. You know, what would bring you happiness, joy, peace, contentment. So I feel like you have to kind of balance the intuition and the logic here, and value yourself and value what you want. Value your gifts, talents, and abilities. And all of this is going to help lead you to make the best decisions possible as you move forward on your path. All right, so for those of you that seek out my videos every week, I want to say a big, big thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your love. Thank you for any other gifts or contributions that you give. Thank you for following me on Facebook, checking out my website. Lots of changes going on with my website right now. I've got some expansions and things that are changing and happening. And so, I don't know how long that's going to take. It's going to be a process, I'm sure, but I've got a couple of wonderful people helping me work on that to add some classes and add materials, and might be adding a new little service there. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to think about that myself, but I just want to thank all of you that have kind of been following me for, some months or maybe even some years. I've been doing this for a long time, and without your support, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. So thank you so much for being there. I love you guys so much, and I send you lots of love and light and many, many angel blessings.